Milan Kundera wrote that Frans Hals was the only painter who managed to capture the fleeting expressions on the faces of his subjects. I discovered his portraits in Amsterdam, and later at the small museum of his works in Haarlem, where Hals spent his entire life. When I find myself in a city with a Hals at the museum, I make a trip to see it. The paintings themselves aren't particularly mystical like Rembrandt's. Their subjects don't look ennobled, as they do in the paintings of Van Dyck. You can always tell whether Hals liked a subject. He liked a great many of them, especially the men. The more botched and dissolute they look, the more he appears to have been drawn to them. In this, Hals reminds me of Raymond Chandler, who wrote, "Thinking in terms of ideas destroys the power to think in terms of emotions and sensations." The people in Hals's portraits were the first characters from the preceding centuries that I recognized as modern. Hals may have been the earliest thoroughly secular artist, the first to conceive of his subjects in the way Chandler, and for that matter Hemingway and Leonard Cohen, would after him. In his portraits, the people are no longer actors in an allegory or players in a predetermined sacred drama. They're alone, and what we see are the bare girders of personality, the subject of these paintings. Describing the ideal literary detective, Chandler wrote, "He must be a common man and yet an unusual man. He talks as the man of his age talks, that is, with rude wit, a lively sense of the grotesque, a disgust for sham, and a contempt for pettiness." Hals too disliked pettiness. Unlike contemporaries who spent weeks painting a lace collar, he painted landscapes and clothes with rough brushstrokes, focusing entirely on the face. My favorite of Hals's characters is Beatrix van der Laan, a woman. She married Isaac Massa, a grain trader and envoy to Muscovy, whom Hals painted at least 3 times. The most famous among these is a portrait of the couple, a composition unheard of at the time for its asymmetry. Beatrix looks at the painter, at once self-conscious, joking, and composed. She's aware of being painted. That awareness makes her alive beyond the boundaries of the picture, the equal of any character from modernity. In her expression I recognize someone I would like to have known, and would have liked. It is Beatrix that gives me a certain composure about dying. Her world, she seems to say, is more familiar than it is strange, and in the face of obsolescence we remain the people we are, and time, rather than awful, is merely inevitable.